Yes. And my beautiful, adorable, long-haired, beautiful queen, Jimmy Halter, my co-host.
He's so nice to me.
I know,
right?
ain't it nice to him? And we are welcoming you again from Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, which you can watch us live every week on Twitter Live, on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. So definitely tune in, subscribe, like, and share. Tell people about it, gossip about us. We don't give a fuck, as long as you're watching.
Just do your thing.
Yeah, do your thing, child. So we want to welcome today, too. But first, we got some catching up to do. So before we introduce our wonderful guest, Mr. Dennis Sykes, that's his name. He is the backbeat behind the backyard boogie. So we're going to talk about that and other things that Mr. Dennis does. He is a man of very many, many talents.
Thank you.
Very much. Especially giving out really cool lighters, like to me. So,
Lighters?
Yeah, I got an electric lighter. He gave me, just plug the lighter in.
Really?
Yes, it's way cool.
Very nice.
So thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome. It's a little too girly for me.
Right,
Okay.
right. So like I've been away for a minute, eh? No,
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You weren't here last week.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys an update of what's been going on. It's been a little bit busy for me, and I'm happy to say that, even though my brain is twisted, but it's okay. So I got to see the inside of the Detroit Golf Club for the first time after living 3 blocks away for 40 years. I got to perform there Thursday to do some of the kickoff stuff that they're doing for the Golf Classic. So it was nice doing this 2-piece. Mr. Mike Story from Lansing invited me to be a part of that, and we had a really great time. And it was great. We got some new fans from there. So thank you for that. I also just got back from Traverse City.
Yeah, you did the Kenny Olsen thing.
Yes,
right?
yeah. Oh, you guys know Kenny was on the show, a month or so ago, and Kenny Olsen was, Kid Rock's first guitar player and co-writer on his music. And every year he does a celebrity golf outing and concert series. So we usually kick it off, and I did that. It's usually in September and August, but he decided to do a couple more times this season, so he started early. So we kicked it off. I got up there, drove all night after my gig at the Goose on Saturday. So I finally get to Traverse City at like 3 a.m. And I'm making sure he's up. Like, you better get your ass up.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to be knocking on the door. And if your mom comes down, she going to kill me. So, although she's going to say, welcome.
Right. Can I make you a sandwich?
Can I make you? That's exactly what she would say. Can I make you something to eat? So ended up going there, and then we getting up in the morning. We did get to sleep in. We started a little bit later this year than we do all the time, so we did get some rest and have to get till noon. We had to be there by 2:30 to set up, and then the golf classic started at 4, which we attended. I can't say I was actually playing golf.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did you play?
I always tell everybody that I'm the official golf tournament golf cart hood ornament.
I bet you she had. Hey,
I was Kenny's hood ornament.
I'm just willing to bet she had more shots of whiskey than time she swung the club. Yeah,
Right.
It was that one drunk guy that kept buying doubles. It was not me.
Yeah, if I had to bet. Yeah.
That one guy had to be in our group. Damn.
Yeah.
But we had a fantastic time on the course, just driving around, and I swear to God, I do not need to go to Cedar Point, because driving a golf court with Kenny Olsen
Oh, right, yeah.
is
Like
the
a roller
equivalent
coaster?
to the corkscrew.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, you trying to kill me, and I
That's
got to
awesome.
make sure my insurance is up so
And you
my baby can bury
and you
me.
have Alpina this weekend, right?
Yes, I'm going to be going up north again.
With Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow
Yeah.
Blues Band, the Alpina Blues Festival, you guys, this Saturday on the 19th. I go on at 6 o'clock. I think C.C. Collins was on at 4, and then Thornetta's headlining that night. So it's going to be a big ass party in Alpina. I know so many people that are going. They have their rooms, their campsites, and man, it's going to be fun. Like half of Detroit's going to be in Alpina Saturday.
When is it?
This Saturday. Yeah.
I was actually talking to somebody about the festival we're playing in Gaylord, and they knew of the festival, and they were like, "Oh, it's super cool." I was like, "Oh, cool. We're headlining it in sometime in August. I forget what the date is on that."
Yeah, sometime in August.
Yeah, but that's good.
I think it's August 7th. Yeah.
It's too far away.
Fun too. Yeah, it's too far to think of.
And even before that, we have the special show.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell them about this in a minute. But
okay.
I got to get to my special show on July 18th. It's a show that I'm behind the scenes of. And my first time doing that as well. But it's to raise money for our new organization called MAMA, which is the Michigan Association of Music Artists. This is our first fundraiser concert that we're going to do, and it's called Party with the Legends. So the legends, I mean, that's going to be myself, Mr. Jim McCarty, the Mystery Train's going to be there, the Motor City Josh and the Big Three. So we're all going to be the bands highlighted for that evening, and to raise the money for the Mama organization, which we're all a part of. All those acts and entertainers are a part of, and we want to extend that to any other musicians, all musicians, any artists, any genre. I'm going to say that right there. I shouldn't chew gum and come on the air. Are definitely welcome to join this organization. This organization is getting started off. It's getting a lot of feedback. We've gotten a nice write-up in the Big City Blues magazine mentioning our organization in that. So it's getting some airplay, it's getting some earplay, and people are finding out about it. So we want to let everybody know about it. Please, I need you to go to eventbrite.com and look at Party with the Legends and get your tickets. We have 3 levels of tickets. We have our first right by the stage seats for $35 tickets. Those are VIP tickets. You're also let in early to meet and greet with everybody. And then we have our VIP tables, which are $100 a table, 4 seats. So it comes down to be $25 a ticket. And then we have our standing room only tickets for $15. So we want to try and fill the token on July 18th. So that's where it's happening at the Token Lounge. Yeah. And it's Party with the Legends. It's our big blues kickoff for the Mama organization, and the Michigan Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Fame, is helping to sponsor that as well. So we welcome all musicians, all legends. We know if you're in the room, man, we'd like to get this really cool last song done with a whole bunch of people on stage. So I'm inviting all y'all down. So this is going to be a show you don't want to miss. So go to eventbrite.com and look for Party with the Legends and get your tickets.
Christy, get online now.
All right.
VIP.
Get online, share it on Facebook, all that good stuff.
We'll be doing your new show too.
And, yeah,
we're
we'll
working.
be doing new music for me. Yeah, we have different songs you haven't heard.
Yeah. New show with Tasha.
New show with me that night.
Working tirelessly for the next month.
Yes.
On this show, so.
I've got 17 rehearsals and probably 4 shows. This is what's going on.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So, Mama Tasha is back in the game.
Will you be dancing?
Jimmy
Sure.
will be dancing.
I definitely think there's going to be.
In a tutu.
Yeah, no.
And we're bringing back the trash brats. I need you in a tutu and a tube top.
I definitely think after 7 years with Tasha, I definitely think and her bitching about the band being underdressed all the time, right?
Right.
I definitely think the new show is going to have a dress code. Like I'm sure for the gigs, like there's going to be probably a dress code for it.
Should be maroon.
Someone needs you to bling out some chucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some sparkles on the chucks.
Even if we're wearing suits, I mean, shoe wear is not going to be part of the dress code. I'll wear chucks with my suit.
Though.
Yeah.
You can't have plain
Crocs.
Plain chucks,
No, not Crocs.
No,
Chucks. No.
Yeah, you got to get the wild colors, man. You can't get some shit painted on there.
I'll get pink ones.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Oh my God, that would be so.
A black suit and pink chucks. Mm-hmm.
It was like, Jimmy Olsen, Kenny Olsen's cousin, plays keyboards with us up north, and he's always wearing something weird. So he had on like SpongeBob socks and
nice.
with pink
Excellent.
He's my favorite hippie. My favorite hippie.
Right. That's beautiful.
And don't forget too, all this stuff in my head popping in. Sorry guys, I keep butting in. I'm just excited.
It's like
we're
full
back
of
to work, and I'm really excited
yeah.
for you. June 28th. You're watching at home for the Detroit fireworks. You'll see me June 28th, somewhere around 8 o'clock or so on Channel 4 WDIV.
During the fireworks.
During the fireworks, yes. So that's a lot of stuff, and that's only June and a couple other dates, and so we got a lot coming up for you next shows to tell you about too. And then
this Saturday?
This Saturday too, if you're in town. If you're not in Alpena,
we're on this camera, right?
If you're not in Alpena, this is something you can do.
John
this
St. Clair,
Saturday.
Jeff Grant, Harmonic Shaw, Howard Glazer. It's going to be a full day of music. Starts at what time? Noon till 10 p.m. Noon till 10 p.m. here at Ralston. That night, too, you could pop over to the Blue Goose after this and see. I'll be with John Watkins at the Blue Goose on Saturday night, too.
Look at that.
Yeah, Chicago Blues Hall of Famer.
Whole month, weekend, and everything.
Music is bad. Music is bad.
We did the thinking for you. Ain't that nice?
What a great What a great segue, too.
Yeah.
Dennis Sykes.
Dennis,
What do you
speaking of
have
music.
coming up?
How you doing?
But first of all, I want to tell Dennis Sykes, tell everybody, too, because I mentioned when I posted that he is the backbeat of the Backyard Boogie. This is our sound guy.
Been doing sound,
He's been doing sound for us and making us sound amazing all over the place, but because this is where the Backyard Boogie is, I want to make sure I highlight that.
You make it easy, though.
And for Crosstown Mojo.
I do want to get into some of that, too, if you're transitioning towards, if you want to be doing more of that, too.
No, I just not really. I just kind of fell into it. Yeah.
But do you enjoy it?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You
Well,
do,
then,
like you have such a good time.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, you know. You see me running around and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do enjoy doing it.
You know,
Except for when I have feedback.
Right.
Because everybody looks like you just killed their mother.
if there's
What's
if
the
when
sound
there's
guy?
feedback.
Shoot the
Yeah.
sound guy.
Yeah.
You're like the umpire in the game.
Yeah.
Just kill that motherfucker.
Right. As soon as you get a little tweet.
Well, there's like we never help though either, right? Because if there was like a proper sound check and everything, there's certain frequencies you can even take out to cut things better and all that. So we could all hear ourselves.
Good.
I know.
We should be nicer and help you out too, because you help us out so much.
We actually,
you would have to get there like 2 hours before everybody else.
Early.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
some bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
But it makes it more fun and challenging for me.
Have we met? I get there right before I hit the stage. Everybody knows Tasha will get there 5 minutes before the game.
It's wild though. It's funny. I was talking about that with, I don't want to call him out, but we were talking about that with a fellow musician that's a big musician, done a lot of touring all over the place and everything. And he was talking about the importance of that once we are starting these like kind of bigger shows, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
And we will have to, because it's not even just for Tasha. Oh, can you hear yourself well enough? It's like, okay, well, can I hear the bass player? Because on bigger stages, you have a really hard time.
You're so far away, and you're not near everybody's amps, so you gotta have that.
And for the set to actually go off well, like you have to be able to hear everybody. You just do, you know. So it's definitely like unfortunately a necessity to have a good sound check.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I urge all the bands out there, as you're working towards, what you're doing. I've been from the corner bar to that to, person in the band running sound, which is the first no for a professional.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Don't. And I mean, for love of everybody in the band, they all give their all in everything they do, but you do not let a person in the band run the sound. I mean, if it's your trade, it's different. But I got a PA, so I can just hook you up with that. You're not going to get the sound that you need, and that's for years and years of experience.
Well, especially if you're up there with somebody that's like playing while it's going on, they can't adjust it. Like you can't adjust, right? I mean, like you're busy playing, right? It's a different world,
And those are
that's the sober side of it. Once they start drinking, damn, it's just cool.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's true too.
And then you end up night screaming every song.
Well, a good sound guy would run up and just turn it back down.
Yes. Right. Yes. And you do. You do that. I see when people do that. You run it over. How can I fix? Oh shit, he's doing it through there.
Yeah.
I had one time with Tasha at the Magic Bag actually. Brett had left me. Brett Lucas, our buddy Brett Lucas. He had played the night before with Thornetta, and I saw him at the end of the night. I went and just spectated, and we were going to be there the next night. So he said, do you want me just to leave this here and you play my like old 60s Fender Super Reverb tomorrow night?
Yes.
Of course I do. Thank you, Brett. You're amazing, right?
Absolutely.
Well, a couple songs in the set, she could hear herself fine. I wasn't being crazy, but I had it kind of loud. And like probably 2 songs in, the sound guy comes up at the back curtain there or whatever, and he's like, man, you gotta cut that down a little bit. So I went and did the fake like, oh sure,
adjusting the knobs.
I'll cut it down,
because
I knew she could hear herself fine. I knew she wasn't screaming over it or whatever,
Yeah. Guitar players hold the light bulb, and the world revolves around.
Right.
And you blame everything on the drummer.
How many times
drummers are the homeless guys if they don't have girlfriends.
How many times am I gonna play a super reverb at the Magic Bag? Like, you know what I mean? I just had to hear what it sounded like.
You were geeking out a little bit.
And in the sports car, I'm not going to go up to 95 for the first.
I might hit 100.
Seriously, I'm getting there.
Yeah, I might hit 100. So what do you got coming up?
Oh, before we do that, because it's around that.
It is that time.
Yeah, so we want to say, I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation so far. Want to let you know that you are watching Hot Flash Happy Hour on Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And you can watch us streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live, and any social platform. We're adding more and more each day. So why don't you like, follow, share, comment, tell somebody about it, and thank you for watching us. So Dennis Sykes, our wonderful sound guy and drummer, musician extraordinaire, with the musical family, talented family.
Well, I'm glad you think I'm talented.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's an honor to be here with you.
When you got friends on the show, this is what happens.
What do you got coming up? What's new in your world?
I'm not playing very much anymore, day job. But I am running sound for the Madison Heights Juneteenth event. featuring Smoke Jones.
Right. That's
Detroit band.
This Saturday.
This
Awesome.
Saturday,
Yeah.
Madison Heights.
What time does Smoke go on? What time are you going to be?
Smoke is on at 2. I should know this,
but you're running it all day though.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of artists, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a combination. Like we have some performers that are doing an acoustic, or not acoustic, but they're singing a cappella.
Okay.
And then we have
that's the chorus, the choral that's on the flyer.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. I should have brought notes. You know. Yeah, but go check it out. You can find it on Madison Heights website.
Dennis, I remember my first live stream. It's okay.
Yeah. It was a little
You
terrifying.
don't remember you were drunk.
I know.
Were you?
Joke. Oh yeah.
We were drunk together.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, no.
I went and picked her up after I got out of work, and it was at the Russell, and we went to Northern Lights for hours before the live stream started. And then we go to the Russell, and
wasted.
I'd never been there, and then they're like, "Well, no, you can drink here too." And thank God, Laura Mendoza, White Shag was there, because we didn't come prepared. We didn't know what it would be like, kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. And so they gave us a bunch of PBRs all night long. At one point, Tasha had a cigarette, weed brownie, and a PBR in her hand.
Yeah, they took a picture of me
as
sitting
we're
on the bench.
we're on a break. We're on a break from this interview, and
Which one?
Yeah. But we didn't take notes. We didn't care. I took an acoustic. We played some songs. That was about it, Yeah. What a fun time.
It was fun.
Yeah. That's what these shows are mostly supposed to be, right? It's like a fun experience where we get to know the local people. Right?
Yeah. Just because it's all pretty in here don't mean you can't have a good time.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like the wine rack.
It's like jazz.
It's so different. A couple weeks ago we were in the one with all the dildos and dicks and everything all over the walls. No joke.
Which is our sister station.
Yeah. We can show you the studio after this. It's right here. It's pretty cool.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Yeah. There's literally like a plug in the wall automated fuck machine in that studio. I mean, it's a pretty intense studio.
It's dirty TV, y'all, and it is part of our TV family.
So right.
Yeah. Both stations are worth checking out. They're both, both.
And we got Wjzz TV now too. So Wjzz TV recently launched the last couple of weeks.
Oh, excellent.
There's a couple shows on there too, and then I'll also be helping out with a show called Wake and Bake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I be on that show?
Yeah, in my pajamas, liquid coffee, and then a joint. Rollers in my hair, going, "This is what I do when I get up."
Morning, people.
Beautiful.
Good morning.
Yeah, but that's about all I got going on. I'm doing a lot of sound for your backyard boogie.
Yeah.
So you asked me, do I want to start doing that? It kind of been pulling me that way.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I had the extra time, I'd rather be playing.
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
But I only have the weekends available for anything. So.
Right. Now, I wanted to ask about that too. No, I think it's I wanted to ask about that too. Usually, we talk to everybody about what got you started into music.
Hello. Someone was on the phone. Sorry.
I was like, is there somebody else in here? What got me started? Well, my first memory is my dad bought a drum set when I was a kid.
Oh. And beautiful.
But wouldn't let me touch it.
Oh.
So it was one of those things where it's
Psych!
like,
That's why I love it.
Yeah, wouldn't let me touch it, and he decided he wanted to try to be a drummer, and decided he didn't want to be, and then gave that drum set to my cousin.
Oh.
So I harbored that in my heart my entire life.
Right.
It could have been mine.
Damn
right.
Right. But I don't think they wanted to listen to the noise.
Right. Yeah. It takes a patient parent. It takes a patient parent. Yeah.
Especially for percussion or drums. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't do anything. Actually, I learned how to play a little bit of piano on my own.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was 27. Yeah. I was living in San Diego, California. I had some friends that were in a band.
You were in the Navy, right?
Yeah, you were in the Navy for 12 years. Yeah.
Thank you. I watch NCIS every day. I can solve any crime.
Not as good looking as Mark Harmon. But,
I don't know. He's fine.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
He's still sitting. You are. He is.
Okay, hot flash happy hour.
I still remember that sexiest man alive.
Hot flash happy hour going on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys need a little air conditioning.
We didn't know.
You see, I brought my biggest fan.
Maybe your little biggest fan of
I didn't even know if that shit happens till after menopause.
Mental pause. That
Mental
is the correct
pause.
way to say it.
Mental pause. After mental pause.
So if I commit a murder, I can get off.
Right.
Insanity.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we interrupted. Okay,
Oh,
so
that's
you
okay.
were in California, 27 years old.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So a friend of mine's band, Buckfast Super Beat,
Okay.
they were rehearsing. Drummer left, and they're like, "Hey, Dennis, sit behind the drums." So I did. I had you know that how you get when you're playing, and then you get done playing, and you're like, "Where was I?
Yep.
Yeah, very sure.
Where was I?"
Oh yeah, I had many moments.
So that happened to me, and
cool.
I was in Guitar Center the next day.
Beautiful.
So that red set that I have, that's my very first drum set.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that
That's
is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where it started.
Yeah. How did you meet us? What brought you out to the jams and stuff? Because
So-
for people that don't know, we're friends with Dennis, and
Yeah.
I know you because you started coming to the jams.
Right.
But I don't know when that was or anything. I remember a lot of Harbor House.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lumberyard.
So I'm a transplant, a Michigan transplant, originally from Illinois,
Okay.
Kankakee, Illinois.
Right.
And
we take refugees. It's okay.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So where was it going?
Where we met, what brought you out to the jams?
So
and stuff?
you can blame Ken Murphy
Okay, yeah.
for
All right.
For me
Awesome,
loving
yeah.
the Detroit blues scene.
All
'Cause
right.
It was him. I went out. I can't remember exactly what the venue was,
Yeah.
but watching him play. I
Blue
was
Cat,
like,
right? Was it Blue
Blue
Cat?
Cat Band.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What a lineup,
Good job.
right? What
Oh
a
my God,
Oh,
yes.
I know.
What a lineup, yeah. I used to cover Blue Cat when I was like 16 years old.
Really?
Like the guys I knew that music, and then so when I met Ken and all those guys, I was like, holy shit,
Al
they're-
Carmichael.
yeah, Billy Ferris. Yeah,
Billy
it's a
Ferris.
lineup.
Billy
it's
Fair, all those guys.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Frankie Lee.
Frankie Lee. Yeah.
And they're all
it's a hella
so good.
lineup. Hella lineup.
So yeah, I fell in love with Ken Murphy. Started following him around like a little puppy.
Ooh,
Like,
right on.
yeah, and you know,
bromance.
and it was the Detroit blues scene is like nothing because I've lived in Florida, California. I've lived all over, and the Detroit music scene is like no other. It's school.
Right.
You
It
know,
is.
it is.
It is. And then for it to have a transplant say that just validates what we say all
Right.
the time. And
Well, there's a lot of people around
awesome.
that just
Yeah.
only want to help each other, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very embracing, really. Nobody. There's some people that are a little standoffish, but like most people are not. Most people want to
Yeah.
embrace people
Yeah.
and help them get better
Right.
and do better things.
especially in the blues scene. I mean, look
Yeah.
at Kaya, what do you say his name? Shono. I mean, these guys from Japan and China.
Kazoo. Yeah.
Kazoo.
Kaizu
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Shono. These guys
Yeah.
are from other
Yeah.
countries, and they come here to learn.
Yeah.
To learn it from the best, and take something back. Something special back.
Yeah, and I still talk to Shono on Facebook.
do
I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yesterday was his birthday. So.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
I know
and
everyone's
it's just so
calling him-
cool, and then just
Yeah.
hear them say, "Oh, I got everybody."
And I know everyone's calling him
in my
Kazoo
country
now, but
listening
he
to.
did introduce himself to me originally as Kazuya.
Kazuya, yeah, that's how it's on Facebook.
And but a lot of people call him Kazoo now, which is like I think he's just kind of shortening to make
Yeah.
it easier
It
for
is, he
people.
is.
Like
Yeah,
Shono,
and,
we call him Show No Mercy.
Show no mercy. Yeah.
He spent 5 minutes trying to teach me the correct way to say his name. And
Correct.
I still
Yeah.
can't do it.
He's like
Yeah.
Kazoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's playing great American drums.
Yeah.
Like he's
Right.
playing like great like American blues and
Right.
rock and roll drums. He's really doing a great job.
Right. And my point is, they came here to do that.
Yeah.
Right,
To learn that, and hone the
absolutely.
skills of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what does that say about
Yeah.
us? We're fucking awesome.
It's a community, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. Really is a community. When they
Yeah.
say blues community, it is.
Yeah.
When I had cancer in 2016, I had people calling me. He was like, "Hey, if you want me to play at your benefit or whatever,"
Oh, yeah.
everyone was hitting me up left and right, and that's family.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
Right.
It
Yes. What brought you down to the Harbor House from Ken Murphy and those guys? Because those
Oh.
guys play
Yeah,
out of
what was
town
your
usually a little
transition?
bit.
So
like what?
Ken
Into
used
the
to host
local.
a lot. He's the host, but then
Mhm.
I started learning about the open jams, and I met
Yeah.
Eric,
Okay.
The
Noble,
master.
and Dave
Yeah.
Watson.
Mhm.
The whole circuit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
love that Misty.
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
school as much as I could.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
If there was a jam, I tried to show up, and I would like to thank you guys for
Oh, of course.
for
Yeah.
all you've done for me.
Shit, I was
Absolutely.
just at Nancy Whiskey yesterday with some of my coworkers from my day job, and I was actually explaining to them that, like, man, when I first started coming out, it was Johnny Rhodes bringing me to this bar and to the jams, and like at first I didn't want to play because it's J-Bone and all these
Right.
fucking monsters,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And
Then he can't help
yeah,
himself.
but Johnny was like, you can't do that. You can't be the dude with like your tail between your legs. Just
Right.
do what you can do and keep learning, keep
Yeah.
getting better, and everybody will embrace it.
Yep.
And it was the truth. It really was. The first first night I actually played, J-Bone walks in while I'm playing and singing a tune. I'm like, oh my god, that's that guy, right? He's so good.
You're it's like, oh my god.
How old were you?
Oh no, this is like I was like late 20s probably.
Okay.
This is like 10, 11 years ago. I haven't been around long. I played in bars since I was 15, but I didn't know the actual like scene people.
Right.
And so but then within like 10 minutes of actually meeting him and all that, we're in his Tahoe at the time. He had this big old beat to shit Tahoe, and we're smoking a joint in his Tahoe. You know what I mean? Like that's how like the scene is just so cool.
I think that's our general bonding thing.
Right,
Once we find out you smoke weed, you say, man, you're my bro.
Like we can talk all night long as soon as we finish this joint.
Everything we play, we end up becoming the parking lot band.
Right.
But I do have to give that name to Misty Love because when she did her, she used to call Phil Hill and all them the parking lot band. As soon as they went on break, it's like a beeline to the parking lot to smoke weed.
Right. Make that next set feel good.
At least.
Right. Yeah.
So we play inside and out all the time.
I was just talking with somebody last night about like somebody was talking about drinking and playing gigs. And I said,
it depends.
I said it can be really, really fun. I said, but it's a slippery slope because like a couple does sort of loosen you up and make you sort of go into the music more cool. I said, but there's some point that you have to learn that like, oh, it's too many, and I think I sound good now, but I don't. But I don't anymore. There's a fine line there, you know.
The drunk girl dancing thing.
Yeah, and I was like, so usually, you know, like, you know, a little bit of weed and a few drinks is like a okay mix.
Yeah,
you know?
And then the big important gigs, we don't do that. So.
Right. Yeah. Like during the set, right? But you can't do anything before, right? I mean, you can have a drink during your set, you know, just for appearances, I guess. Right?
Yeah, because we never drink at the casino.
No.
You got
something in your eyes?
Never.
We're under contract to not drink during that.
Drinking water.
Yeah, you could never catch us at the bar just one floor below.
No, not that place.
It's Gatorade.
It's tastes better down there. It's colder.
That's a great gig. You know what's funny about that, right? I mean, God love Mark Watson.
Yes, I do.
One of my first gigs, like Ray Goodman was a guitar player on this casino gig at first, and then he moved. So Natasha asked me to start doing this. And one of our first gigs there with me, like I'm brand new to this, and Mark Watson shows up. I love him to death. I mean, he's from like he lived in Hawaii, right? Yes. And he shows up and he's wearing he's wearing fucking flip flops to a casino gig, right? Like they had a talk with Tasha after like this isn't a fucking beach party. Like this is
the dress code. The casino. I go, Mark. Usually I can tell what band they're talking about, especially when they're talking about bands drinking. Well, it ain't us. We never get in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
So it must be that big band.
Right. He's like, what are you talking about?
It's the one with the 15 pieces and the horns in that. It's not us. But when the flip flop email came, I'm like, I can't even.
Yeah, you can't hide that. You know, you can't hide it.
Take note, Chevy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's cool as fuck. I think
Me too.
He should wear flip flops every time he plays with me.
Yeah. I think it's funny because really, like on festivals and stuff, he could. Like nobody would say shit to him. It's like that's almost like a corporate gig you're doing. You know. I think in a bit of rebellion after that. I believe I don't know if this is true. He could probably vouch for this, but like I'm pretty sure he only wore shoes with no socks after that. Then right, so he's wearing like dress slacks and shit, but no socks.
He sees his ankles hanging out. Right?
Yeah,
it's a style now. Though.
Yeah, right,
now it's a style.
Yeah. Oh God, I love him.
Oh my God, awesome. Mark, if you're watching, we love you. You make for awesome memories, and that's why you're watching the Hot Flash Happy Hour on Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And you can like us, watch us streaming live every week from 7 to 8, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, live, Twitch, and we want you any social media outlet out there that will pop up with this name of the show, right?
Yeah.
Or Wjzz Cool TV. Check it out, y'all. Share, comment, subscribe, follow, gossip, whatever you want to do. Talk shit about us, but do it online so people watch.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm doing that a little bit better now. I'm like trying to sound like a commercial.
You're rolling through it really, really well.
Yeah. I was actually admiring you. I was like, that's very good.
We've got to get this in because I couldn't do this.
Okay.
I always just like to play music and we listen to it and we can. The mics stay live and you can talk about it, whatever.
Right.
It's fine. I just want to tell this quick story about like the point of the show, right, is to like preserve all these stories, right?
Yes.
Like to
Right,
document
right,
these stories,
yeah.
right? I just want to get this one out. So, John Watkins, that we all know and love around town,
Right.
He told me a story about he had some time playing with James Cotton, and he actually, I didn't know this until I played with him, and I think it's an important story to share. He took over for Matt Guitar Murphy when Matt Guitar Murphy got called for the Blues Brothers.
No,
no
crap.
Right?
Right.
Yes. And so that's when John Watkins took over for him, you know.
Nice.
I asked him some stories about like some of my blues heroes around Chicago that were,
Right.
like died like they're in no-name graves and shit. They died like that, but I
Crazy.
know who they are just because like I really like their guitar and they did work on certain albums, whatever. He turned out to be like really great friends with these people.
Isn't that
right?
amazing?
Really?
Yeah. And so I just want to share with
All right.
everybody today. Luther Tucker
Let's
was one of
pay
these guys
homage.
that died kind of named, you know, in an unmarked grave and everything else. But he's a bad
Let's
mofo.
give him some love. Absolutely.
And,
Let's give him some love for sure.
oh, Vito, can we get some music in here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna try. We're gonna try.
We'll
try
work
to
on
start
that.
over. Yeah.
But in the meantime,
Oh,
too, I experienced something really. It's kind of bittersweet. As we had a funeral, my wonderful dear friend, Mr. Robert Gordy Jr.
Oh,
was
yes.
Barry Gordy's nephew, and we got to be good friends in the last few years. You know, Pete finally made trips back and forth to Detroit, and he got me, you know, VIP tickets to this Motown 60 and all that stuff. So we were really, really good friends. And a lot of you know Sherry Gordy's my first cousin, his daughter. And I'm not related to Barry. So that's the whole story. Sherry Gordy, his daughter, is my first cousin. So this is how I got to meet everybody, and they just welcomed me with open arms and that. So he passed away, you know, unexpectedly recently. So we buried him. We brought his body home here to Detroit and buried him. And the good thing was, you know, it was great. So we were looking on the big jumbotron, and everybody from around the world in LA and Vegas were on the Zoom for the funeral. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see, okay, we got a special guest, Stevie Wonder, man. Stevie Wonder.
I just gave me chills.
Zoom.
Got chills.
Yeah, as on this, I've got goosebumps right now.
Right, yeah.
He did a special announcement to Robert and sang and played the piano for us. And then, you know, we were trying to get Barry Gordy, but his voice wouldn't come through. But I did get to see my cousin Sherry and everybody there, and it was just a wonderful experience. And you know, just to be just even that little part. Of the legacy, you know, and to be just involved intimately on that little piece, you know, this last few years. I mean, my cousin's been my cousin since we were all born.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but just and the last time we were interacted with all that was when Barry was here, and I was 2 years old. So you know what I mean. I don't have a whole lot of memories. My brother will, not me.
Right.
But it was a beautiful thing to send off, and it was really, really awesome. So I just want to say rest in peace, my friend, Mr. Gordy.
Yeah.
And and I saw the whole Gordy compound, what do you call it, mausoleum, so to speak, at Woodlawn Cemetery. So
That's beautiful.
just, you know, again, it was just a spiritual experience, just to.
That whole
sit there in
cemetery
front of
is a
it.
beautiful cemetery.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it? Right?
yeah. My grandparents are buried there. Rosa Parks, everybody's there. So, gosh, you know. So yeah, I just want to say it was a bittersweet kind of experience because I sad to see my friend go, but it was beautiful the way they sent him off. So
That's always what you can hope for, right?
Yeah,
like that's
absolutely,
it, you know.
Absolutely. So
I just saw a memory came up on Facebook today of Terry Thunder.
I
yeah,
know.
so-
And our
Jane
gig,
posted
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Thank you, Jane.
yes,
Yes, brother
and
Terry.
his last gig, his last gig with us at Pub Froggy there, right? And like,
And that was a Pub Froggy picture of him playing with us.
yeah, it's amazing how like you know, people are only here for so long. You know, and, you know, one silver lining out of the pandemic, right, is that like, I think people really realized like to appreciate the scene and everything again, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you go to gigs now and they're packed.
Yeah.
They're packed. Like people were like,
You're missing
holy
it.
shit! After that year, you're like, man, we needed this. This is, you know, we forgot it for a while, but this is what's keeping us from going insane, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like going out, socializing, having live entertainment. You know what I mean? It really keeps people level.
More than energy too. The energy is great.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. The whole scene of people just, oh man, as soon as it kind of opened back up, just hugging people again that you hadn't seen in a long time and everything like that. It was like a,
and that's another sin for all of us to step up our game too. It's like people really starving for it, so give them your best.
Right, yeah.
Your absolute best right now.
Yeah. This couldn't have been, unfortunately it's true, but it couldn't have been more perfect timing with what we want to do with your show, right? To like rework your show, right? Because like, why not rework this now and give like, man, everybody's sort of like dying to see it, so like why not give them all new tunes,
right?
Like why not actually give them something that they really are gonna fucking
put some polish on it,
go
make
crazy
it look pretty.
for it. Yeah,
sure.
Yes, yeah,
absolutely.
When's the first show?
At the Token, July 18th.
July 18th
that
is
Sunday.
The first one.
That's the first one we're doing as the new show.
Seriously, Christy, buy us tickets now.
Right. We got a wedding the day before.
VIP.
Yeah, we have a wedding, so we actually kind of have
you guys are getting married? That's great.
I said last time I was here, I was going to marry him and his wife at their wedding. So it's going to be like a 3 kind of thing wedding.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Are you doing the services?
No.
I'm
Nobody did rope me into singing.
Yeah. Are you kidding? It's my wedding. It's going to be a small thing, but like Tasha's going to be a guest, so there happens to be 4 or 5 really pretty decent musicians that are going to be there. So I was like, well, you guys should probably just like bring your.
They're not going to show up now. You said pretty decent, really, Jimmy?
Yeah. Well,
awesome musicians.
Pretty decent, Like I'm pretty sure like right now like the wedding band is going to be like Tasha, J-Bone, Abraham, and my buddy Porter on drums.
Oh yeah,
like it's decent.
They might learn how to play their instruments by the time the wedding gets here.
I'm pretty sure they could each figure out like 4 songs that they wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like,
at least 4.
Yes, yeah.
We are being so sarcastic, y'all.
Right,
These guys are the best.
It's like all-star. It's an all-star lineup, And I told them graciously, I said, well, you don't have to bring me a present if you just play.
Right.
Just play
and that's the best thing to tell to a musician.
And that's your present to me. It's like
it's a good trade-off.
Yeah, like you don't have to bring me shit. Just play some tunes for me and make my wedding exciting. You know what I mean? Like and it'll probably be that way. It's really funny. My father-in-law, it's on his property. He owns 90 acres, right?
Wow.
And so it's on his property and. At first, he's like, well, what time do you expect this to be done? And it's like, it starts at like 4.
Next day?
No, well, it starts at like 4.
About 6 a.m.
So at first, I'm at like maybe like 10. And he goes, well, I thought at least 11 or 12. Like at least 11 or midnight, I'm like, okay, sure, we can run with that. Well, now all of a sudden, my fiance's family are asking like my fiance, like, man, he's got like 90 acres. Can we just like camp out?
Yeah, that would be so dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure they won't care. You know what I mean? Like
that much land that you wouldn't even see them.
Right.
No.
Yeah. And there's gonna be like one of those. I don't know if those usually have showers. Remember like when we did the D drop downtown?
Oh,
they had those fancy ass porta potties.
Oh yeah, the heated
like
ones
the trailer,
with the sinks and all that stuff.
The trailer porta potties that look like a really nice like 5-star bathroom almost.
Yeah.
They're gonna have those there, and so like. People will have facilities all throughout the night and everything if they want to camp.
Oh, and I'm sure they have showers. Some of those have showers.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think even some have showers. Whatever people want to do, so be it. Let me give out the address real quick. Oh no, just kidding.
It's 90 acres. Got plenty of room.
Right. Yeah, like no.
We're gonna turn it into the new heat stove.
Right. No. Yeah. We can't. It's funny when we we couldn't open it up huge, and so like it's not gonna be enormous, but it'll be a party. But
look at his face. He's like, it's gonna be a real
This
party.
is his. Oh yeah, it's gonna be enormous. Look, like no, it's not gonna be.
They had a max amount of room that we could have because they actually had to cut down trees to have our tent on this property, right?
Okay.
And so they did that. They cleared this land. They had to get permission because it's protected woods.
So they own the land, but they have to get it.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
not
protected.
the mineral rights.
Yeah, it's protected by like like the township or whatever. That it's.
Oh, okay.
Because like the back of their property line is like it's almost like a river. It's called a creek, but it's big. It's like 30-40 feet wide. It's a big creek.
A river.
Yes, yeah. And so it's all protected by the county or whatever township. I don't know. So they had to get permission to clear the spot. They're gonna end up putting a pole barn up there anyway. But they ended up clearing it. They ended up clearing it. Yeah, right. They ended up clearing it for the wedding. So, but we only had so much space.
That pole will travel.
There's Tasha bringing it right back to dirty.
Right back to WDDS Dirty TV.
Gotta get it out of my system.
We're on WJZZ now, lady.
I gotta be smooth now. Smooth.
Has to be sophisticated.
I gotta slide now. I mean, oh no, but it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, we'll have a ball there.
So Dennis, now we want some feedback on how you feel about working with us and doing all this stuff. What are your feelings about your experiences doing the sound and the responses you get? Are you getting respect from the people that you do sound for?
Absolutely.
Other than us, we know.
Well, there, you and Smoker.
Because we want to tell people out there when you're working with a sound guy how to treat them, and then how to and the respect you're going to get back, because all we do a lot of times when our egos get high is complain.
I'll give you a good.
So I want to know how you handle that, and how you pre-handle it by preventing it from happening.
Right. So I started playing music before I really did sound for music. I used to DJ in clubs. I even DJ'd in Gentlemen's Club for a while. Yeah.
Oh, what a great
See,
job. That's everybody's dream job. Are you kidding me?
Keep coming back.
Wait a second, Dennis. We got what do we got? 20 more minutes. We got to talk about that for a while. Well, you can continue your story, but I want to circle back.
Right, okay. And then so me getting into sound was really just me trying to make the bands that I played in sound better.
Right.
And being able to control what we have as for equipment and how to run it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm a kind of a tech head, so it's your fault.
Oh shit!
Part of your
I
fault.
did something else.
It was part of your fault. So remember when I did sound for you and Ray?
Yeah.
Over at Cashew Cafe.
Yeah.
So I did sound. They had the board that I have now, the QSC Touch Mix 8.
That's right, and you didn't know. Yeah.
It's all.
They didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, they didn't know how to use it.
They didn't know how, or the person that was there didn't know. And he stepped. And Rachel,
brand new.
We were just talking about that 2 days ago.
Right. Yeah.
Really? Tell the story though. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you wanted me to run sound for you and Ray and for your show, and so I went there a day early, see what they had, because they had the full setup, brand new.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man.
I didn't know how to use that.
In the candy stuff.
Yeah.
It was in the candy stuff.
So I went home, cracked open the manual, and I read it, and then I ran sound for you that night.
Yep.
And I fell in love with that board, man. That thing is like, love it. So anyway, so I went out and bought one.
See, like that, another.
Right.
Another wonderful.
I couldn't even figure out how to turn that thing on. Like one time I played there. Yeah.
Smoke Jones, you, Brendan.
Yeah. One time I played there, I didn't know how to turn it on. I mean, that's incredible.
I would walk by.
I mean, those buttons that it turned on the fucking overhead lights.
Right,
I'm like, this doesn't do it. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I was there.
If Alexa can't do it, fuck everything.
Yeah. Right, Alexa, turn on the music board. Right.
It's that is a huge important part, like you mentioned earlier, of these gigs, is that like say on our gigs where if I'm bringing shit, like I can't control it and everything else, right? Like I mean, it's really important to have, like for a lot of 4-piece bands, it really should be their 5th member of the band.
Absolutely.
I mean, because it helps them sound the way that they should sound.
That's great advice. So try to budget for that. If you really want to sound great. I mean, if you want to go to Corner Bar and just have fun with your friends, man, do what you're doing.
Yeah. Me and Tasha
music is something to express your artisans or express yourself about. If you're having fun with doing that, have fun doing it.
Right. Yes.
Nobody's going to judge you, but if you want to go that step further, this is some advice you want to take to mind.
That's it's very, very true, because we've had our gigs where we've had like one speaker gigs, right? Like one PA speaker or whatever, right? Or one powered speaker directly in, right? A mic directly into a powered speaker.
Well, I sound just so.
Yeah, I just sound like
I
sound like
like I'm in a bar.
Right. Yeah.
The 40 sound.
Right.
But if people have the money for it on their gigs, it's worth the money to get somebody.
Yeah.
Like it helps a ton.
So if you're worrying about what kind of investment you need to do, then put that in mind. You need the whole team. Start with sound and then start adding your keys.
I know I can have much better gigs too if I'm not worried about the PA, right? If I don't have to bring it and do all that stuff, I can actually focus on like, hey guys, we're gonna do this break in this song. It's different than we've done before, but like kind of have things kind of more architected throughout the set. I can worry more about that stuff if I'm not worried about like, oh, I gotta hoof this thing like that.
See, that's the thing though, because I was drumming and doing sound too.
And we've done it. We still do it, and the reason I said that is because the ideal situation is that shouldn't be.
Right. Yes.
That is the ideal. I was not talking bad about anybody, because I still do it. We still do it. You do it. You know, and tons of the bands out there that are really fucking
and
awesome.
it is a call and
run their own sound. But the ideal situation is not to. So while you're putting your new songs or working your grind or your plan, I think that should be up on the priority list to say, hey, I need to wipe this out. And make, like you said, like Jimmy, make it the 5th band member, and work on my sound, work on my music, and let them do what they do.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So and this is why I was really happy that you're on the show, because you know having that feedback, you being on both sides of the coin, both sides of the fence. And you know, just validating some of these thoughts in that, and then interpreting your own.
I think I think all of us would agree too that like most of the bars around here, some of them are doing it, but some are still reluctant.
Right.
But even have a house system.
Right.
House system would be best.
Right. Like like, and you can have somebody come in like and still just run it. You know, like that'd be great, right? Like in some places, like I said, some places are, in some places still aren't, you know, and like, and at the very least, like it's an important thing.
And on your taxes, businesses, it's a fixed asset, not a current asset. So you get credit for having that system every freaking time you do your taxes. Right. It's not just for the year. So even you got bands all year round, and you're getting money back because you have that equipment. So listen.
Right. No, and it makes the show a lot better.
A lot better. So again, you're watching that Hot Flash Happy Hour on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And you can watch us streaming live every week from 7 to 8 p.m. on Thursday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter Live, and Twitch. So we want you to like, share, comment, and gossip, tell everybody about it and all that good stuff. So, and call in too sometimes if you want to call in. Our number here is 313-355-6018. A little late in the show today, but just giving you the number, write it down, put it in your contacts, and come on back.
We just scared now. You know, when you weren't here last week, we had a bunch of callers. No joke. It was all fucking pranks. It was all prank callers. It was funny as shit.
Oh, really? When I wasn't here?
Yeah, they interrupted like the whole show. I was like,
what were they saying?
Like they just all this stupid crazy shit, and I turned to our guest and I was like,
could it have been the control room?
Maybe. I don't know though.
I'm banking on the control room.
I know there was like, I did see in like a main general area here last week, somebody that would maybe have done that was wearing like one of those weed gas masks.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could have. That is a possibility.
Definitely could have prompted.
Well, I know what I'm doing next show.
Right. Yeah.
You're coming in drag, right?
Yeah. Coming in drag and making prank calls.
I turned to our guest and I was like, Coco Butterfly. She's great.
Hell yeah.
She's a great singer.
Didn't I tell you
about
love her?
I love her so much.
I knew you would love her.
I've been listening to Will Sessions every day now because like I never really did. Like there's these different avenues in Detroit music that he's like, you know, it's a big name. And,
he's a big name.
And her songs are killer with him. Like they're great. And I never knew about it because it's more of the funk vein instead of our blues vein, right? And
but see, I'm like, the gap. I'm like the bridge to the gap.
The show definitely helps with that.
Right.
You know, it definitely helps like kind of bridge all those pieces, you know. But I turned to her last week when we were getting all these prank calls. I was like, "Do you have a bunch of fucking enemies, or what is going on?" Like, what is like? Because it kept like I was trying to interview her. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm trying to do all this shit, you know, and we keep having prank calls. I'm like, God
prank
damn
calls
it.
rock. Prank calls rock.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so what size is your penis?
Right, yeah.
You have nipples on your butt because you didn't get the vaccine, did you?
That's funny. That's a trip. Yeah, that's funny. I guess some of my, I feel so bad about this. I guess some of my family, 2 brothers, like in their 50s, right now in my family are fighting about like vaccine, right?
And here we go.
I hate that that's happening because like,
but let it happen.
I know, and they'll end up working it out, but things were getting nasty where a different one of their siblings like chimed in, and like the one that was pro-vaccine, who is a pharmacist, started calling him just like a fucking pill counter and all this shit. Like,
looks like we got somebody.
Oh, that's my sister, I think.
Hi.
Really? It might be.
Hello, you're on Hot Flash Happy Hour on WJZZ Cool TV. What's your name and what would you like to talk about?
Hi there. My name is Debbie. I'm from Tennessee. I have a question for Dennis.
Yeah.
Yes, Debbie from Tennessee.
We hear you're related.
Can't prove it.
Did he tell you I was going to call?
I did.
He sent us the DNA sample, Debbie.
What's your question for Dennis?
Well, I was actually going to ask him. if he had any talented siblings, but since the joke is already out there.
Well, I don't know. Well,
he seems like a really cool guy. Does he have any cool siblings or?
Right.
Yeah.
Like Debbie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I have one sister. She's pretty cool.
She lives in Tennessee, I hear.
She lives in Tennessee.
That she rocks. Man.
Debbie, what do you do? Wait, I want to hear what Debbie does.
Oh.
It's
Then
boring.
don't say Dallas.
It's nothing like anything like he does. I'm a medical transcriptionist.
All right.
Cool. Right on. I work at a hospital during the day myself.
And I used to, so
okay.
I understand that.
Okay, well, you guys know what it is then. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows really big words.
Right. Yeah. Of course, you know a lot of Latin. You know, there's a lot of Latin, in medical.
And she can
Yeah,
spell it
a lot of
fast.
Latin.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to crash the party. I love you, Skip, or Dennis.
Oh, there's
Skip.
See?
Can't talk about now.
Skip. I like that.
That's what happens
We
when
like you,
sisters
Debbie.
call in.
And I'm proud of you, and I love you very much.
That's
I
awesome.
love you too,
Debbie.
Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie, for calling.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks, Debbie. We're
So,
gonna call you
Skip-
Skip forever. Yeah, I mean, Skip is
That's
it.
it.
Skip
That's
is
it. I will answer.
Right. That was your family name growing up, I'm guessing,
It was.
right?
So my dad's name is also Dennis.
Okay, yeah.
So
You
growing
need a
up being a little
different thing.
shithead,
Yeah.
you know,
Skip.
my mom would go Dennis, and my dad would go what?
Right.
You know, so they got tired of doing that. So my great grandfather was a master electrician in a Navy Yard,
Nice.
and they called him Skipper. 'Cause
Nice.
He was the leader,
Gotcha.
the foreman. So his name was Skipper, so they nicknamed me after him.
Nice.
Thus Skip.
Nice.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Warren Slim. It's Warren Slim.
No, it's Skip. It's Skip.
It's Skip now.
It's Skip. It's Skip. I know. Warren Slim to Skip is like, oh man, no, I want to keep Warren Slim, but now it's Skip. Unfortunately, like, you know.
That is Skip
Yeah.
Sykes.
Yeah, I like that. You know, like, just don't skip
Why is
the
it
one.
skipping Sykes
Right.
Just don't
and
skip the
motorcycles?
one, and you'll like that.
Right.
Then the gigs keep coming, right?
Thanks for calling in, Debbie. I love you.
Yay, thanks for giving us ammunition.
Yeah.
She gave you a good one too.
A good one.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear
she's
that.
right. Tell us about your talented sister and your talented children, Danae, for sure.
Oh, I got 5 children.
I've heard her. I don't know if I heard the rest. I met them all.
2 after.
But I think Danae's the only one I've heard actually sing. She's got beautiful.
She does.
My goodness. And I'll be on her. I'm like, girl,
I know.
come on out. She's like,
Keep that
I ain't
up.
even trying to do
Right.
that.
Keep that up.
I'm not trying. I'm like, whatever, girl.
I know. I know.
She
Keep
could
that
sing.
up.
You
Yeah,
will
she
fall under my spell.
Right. I have the great touch.
Don't you know who I think I am?
Just don't let me rehearse with her. I got a real bad track record.
Uh-oh.
It would have to be
Now I
someone
want to hear
else,
that story.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes,
like,
I
but if
do.
you ever, it's your daughter we're talking about. You don't want
Right.
that story. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever hear a girl singing "Sugar Coated Love" by Lazy Lester, you know that she's probably been at my place for rehearsals.
At least a couple of 2
Danae,
weeks
stay away
in
from
time.
Jimmy Alter.
Stay away from Jimmy Alter. He has a warning sign on his forehead.
No, things are life is different now, right? Like,
No, he's totally settled down. But
yeah. The
would've
old
been.
me. The old me. Yeah.
Yep.
But hey, we're getting close to. So give me a couple of seconds. We got what?
We got 3
can't
minutes.
see.
Yeah,
I
we got
can't
3
see.
minutes. Tell us or tell these people, these folks, where to follow you and all that
Yeah.
stuff for any of your gigs. You guys are still doing? Aren't you doing some? Are you doing something with like Jeremy and those guys too? Or no?
The Problem Guys? No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, you're not
Don
doing it?
Waddy's filling.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
books.
So
yeah.
Waddy's
yeah.
coming out.
Waddy, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
on.
I've been invited,
Yeah.
and I might bring some bongos.
Oh, cool.
Do it,
Yeah.
bro.
Right
So
on.
yeah, I'm not playing anywhere, unfortunately,
Yeah.
right now. I had to
Yeah.
take a break because of the day job. My
Right,
hours are from 11 to 7 p.m., so
Yeah.
I don't want to be the late drummer.
Right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So I did the right thing.
It's a
and
good
told
choice. Yeah.
everybody.
You like
Well,
we
you know
just said.
what?
You have 5 kids. You have
Yeah.
a family. Like
Yeah.
you've got to do that. You know,
Right.
like that's-
But what you're doing is just amazing for all of us, and we definitely want to give you all the praise in the world.
Yeah. So give them love on the weekends and give them gigs and everything else too,
And
right?
come to
It's
the
like,
backyard
you know,
boogies when we're
yeah.
playing. Dennis is with us.
Yeah, and you are available on the weekends.
I am.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not out. I'm
Right.
just
Yeah, stagnant. I'm just laying
taking a
low
hiatus.
Right, yeah.
until you figure out what direction you
Yeah.
want to go, and that's just how we all are.
Yeah.
So this is the time to get going. That's why we're putting you out there and what you're doing now, and
Yeah.
all your other talents, so that everybody else can reach out.
You know, it's funny, right? Like I just saw these beautiful pictures Jane Cassisi posted, right?
Yes.
And I commented to her about like after these years, you've just gotten so much better from when you came out, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And you're another person that's like that in both drums and your sound,
yeah.
right? Like,
So,
I mean, like you've had a...
we like, you're growing with us.
You're two-faceted in like all the improvements that you've had from when we first met you, I think, to now.
Right.
You know,
Had
and
great teachers.
Oh,
Yay!
yeah, but that's, you know, like that. You have to have like, you know, even my guitar teacher, right? Like you have to have willing participants
Right.
anyway, right? That
Right.
actually care to even have their ears open to advice or just listening to what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
That's my
what
favorite.
Yes, yeah. What are
One of
these
my
people
favorite things.
doing that
Yeah.
I'm not doing? What can I add to make myself better?
And then you find
whatever.
your own flavor doing that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you get in a group of great people.
Mm.
I think that's how it makes it happen. And on that note, we want to say thank you guys so much for watching Hot Flash Happy Hour. We will be
Yeah.
back next week from 7 to 8 right here Thursday on Wjzz Cool TV. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, a safe weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful fathers out there.
Yeah.
And happy Father's Day to all the motherfucking fathers that got to pay child support. And get that money to them babies. Get the
Right.
money to the
Send
babies.
that money.
Send that money.
Yeah.
Everybody else, enjoy yourself. Bye.
Thanks, guys.